Welcome to Apex Racing TV's coverage of the penultimate race meeting of the season in the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. We head to the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, more widely known as Mosport, for two races tonight in the Kia Optima and the VW Jetta. Well, hello everybody. Hope you are enjoying your weekend, a very warm weekend as well. And two people that envy you are me and Alex Simpson. We're in the unair-conditioned commentary box for this one. And Alex, with two races to go, the championship order, it's starting to take shape.
Yep, hello everybody, good to be here. Looking forward to seeing how this series is progressing. Haven't been here since sort of season 1, so it should be good to see how it is, see some new faces, and we catch it right at the business end of the championship with just a couple of races to go. So yeah, looking forward to it. I love Mosport, great circuit, got an awesome flow to it as well. Nothing like driving this sort of high-speed circuit when you can get right into a rhythm with it and feel the car underneath you. So yeah, I'm expecting this one to be a good race.
Running through the championship standings heading into this race meeting, let's get right down to it. Michael Hall leads the way in the Kia Super Pro standings, not too far ahead of a name you may have heard a few times on Apex Racing TV, Pete Harrod, two-time Club Series champion. He's second and is Michael Hall's teammate as well, so it'll be interesting to see the inter-team squabble in the final four races of the season. Lewis Bibby in third, Chris Wood in fourth for Club 73 Racing with Mark Woodhouse fifth, sixth is Scott Malcolm, seventh Sam Reed, eighth Clinton Bell, ninth Neil Roxand, 10th Ben Hackerson. In the Kia Pro standings, it's Dale Green leading the way there, Christopher Sherburn second, John Roberts, the king of the ring, in third, fourth Jason Rowe, fifth Andrew Whitehead, sixth Stuart Atkinson, seventh Liam Atkins, eighth Ian Roskell, ninth Gavin Wakefield, and 10th Jay Wright. You can see quite a few boosted cars represented there in the Kia Pros. Moving over to the Jettas, and quite a few Jettas actually on in the field today, much more than the Kias. Clive Lawrence leading the way there. Conrad Venter in second, only 10 points away. I don't know if Cheese and Wine Merlot versus Cheese and Wine Cheddar, who is going to be the big cheese at the end. More puns will be coming throughout the evening. Team Mad in third with Dennis Melcher. That was a terrible one to kick off anyway. Graham Walker in fourth, Tim Mawson in fifth, Adam Hedgecock in sixth for Team Powerslide, and then Gunfield in seventh, Miguel Freitas in eighth, Hooper in ninth, and White rounding out the top 10 in the Jettas. And in the team standings, as the qualifying session comes to an end, Team Mad leading CST Pro, not by too much actually, just 100 or so points. In the team's championship standings, that's not too much really. Club 73 Racing in third, GBR2 Autoplay in fourth, Boosted in fifth, GBR Brit Modeler sixth, Automech seventh, and the iGlazing Limits squad in eighth, Alex. As the qualifying session coming to an end here with, just as we were saying a moment ago, not too many Kias. I think we've only got out 6 of them on the grid.
Yeah, seems a bit short on those, and the championship leader in both classes are here, so they're just going to extend their lead going into the final round. So it's almost going to wrap up the championship, surely.
I bet they're all enjoying the blazing late summer night sunshine.
Well, this is probably my thoughts as why a lot of them aren't here. It's just too bloody hot to be racing.
Oh yeah, it's quite hot to be commentating, and if they're wrestling with the wheel, which can happen in the Kia Optima around a circuit like Mosport, I'm sure they're going to be needing the ice for themselves and for their PCs as well. Both taking a punishing here. We're running through the grid then as the session is just coming to a close, and it is the championship leader Michael Hall on the pole position. Quite interestingly to see, no Pete Harrod. So the championship could be taking a twist here with just 2 race meetings to go. Dale Green in second, third Mark Woodhouse. We've lost an Andrew Woodhouse in the comms box. We've still got Woodhouse on the track. Scott Malcolm in fourth, Neil Rocks in fifth. That's the Kias out of the way. There is still one Kia left, Lewis Bibby. However, he hasn't set a time in qualifying. Was second in practice. Then we'll move on to the Jettas, the VW Jettas, cult following, as we see throughout the season. Clive Lawrence on pole, second Miguel Freitas. Don't know of any relation to Eduardo Freitas, who was race directing the Le Mans 24 Hours the weekend. Alexis Molina in third, fourth Ryan Walker, fifth Tim Mawson, sixth Dennis Melcher, seventh Sean Gardner, eighth Steve Hooper, ninth Conrad Venter, second in the championship of course, 10th David Ayres, 11th Adam Hedgecock, 12th is Dan Gunfield, Chris White in 13th, 14th AD King, and starting at the back in 15th place in the Jettas. 21st place overall is AD King. No, it's Brian Levitt, sorry. Standing starts to come, and Pete Harrod, of his absence Alex, I think Michael Hall, who's got a 80 or so point lead over Lewis Bibby, and Bibby starting at the back, must be pretty relaxed, I think, going into this opening race.
Yeah, I would think so. I think, like I say, I think he's got an opportunity to wrap this up today if he has a good meeting and Bibby doesn't. So
Try and
same with Dale Green as well. I think he's got a chance to wrap this championship up if he hasn't already.
trying to find how many points goes away. It's 50 points for a win.
Green, green, green.
And we'll go! Sorry, the lights caught me unaware there, but it's a good start from Michael Hall. Dale Green already slotting into second place. In fact, Michael Hall's rocketing away from everybody here. Good start from Lewis Bibby as he goes round the outside. Of course, multi-class competition. If you don't set a time, you start in amongst your class, which has really helped Lewis Bibby. He doesn't have to go for any jetters. And who's that going very wide there as we plunge down the hill? That is the aforementioned Lewis Bibby, running a bit wide there, but has the grip in the early going. And Michael Hall, Alex, already rocketing away in the early stages. 1 second advantage already after a third of a lap.
Yeah, and I just want to point out, guys, as well, we've had a very late-minute issue with James as well. So I've just realised I haven't got the latest paint pack on, so I'm going to try and get that right now as well. So do apologise. So yeah, I've had to step in with about 3 minutes to go. So is why some of you might be thinking, oh, what's going on here? So give me a mo, and I'll try and get that sorted.
That will be sorted as Clive Lawrence in the VW Jetters leads the pack onto the back straight. The Cheese and Wine Merlot car already running away with it. Second is Miguel Freitas, who's already under pressure from Alexis Molina. We'll start to see if any of the VW Jetters have got much toe in them as we head down the straight, and you can hear how quiet these cars are as well compared to the Kia Optimus as we go over the rise and into the long right-hander. One of the quickest corners on the circuit. And then into the quick complex of corners to end the lap, and Clive Lawrence already getting a bit of an advantage as they go through this quick left-right chicane to end the lap, and the finish line comes up on you pretty quickly here, and Miguel Freitas running a bit wide there on the exit, and allows Molina just to get a little bit closer as the cars come around to complete their opening lap.
I'm going to leave you with it for the moment, Adam, while I'm beavering away trying to get this all sorted.
Battle between Bibby and Malcolm actually in the Kia Optimas. That is Malcolm in 4th, Lewis Bibby in 5th. Already gained a position since the start. Neil Rock's the lowest of the Kia Optimas, albeit like 0.2 of a second behind the cars in front. Bibby sliding his way down the hill. Massive descent there, and he's going to try and go around the outside of Malcolm. Malcolm might try and put it back up the inside, but Bibby has the speed and has the position. So Bibby didn't set a time in qualifying, was second quickest in practice, and yeah, Bibby now up into 4th position, and just in front of him is Dale Green, hometown hero. He is a Canadian, and this is his home track, and we'll see if he's able to hold on to his podium position. But Lewis Bibby already pounding the back of the Gone Broke racing car. Around the outside he goes, and that could be 3rd position for Bibby. He's got to hold it up the inside though. Dale Green won't give it up without a fight. He's still holding it out around the outside, Dale Green, but eventually Lewis Bibby forces Green to yield. And Bibby, biggest mover in the field so far out of all the classes, up 3 positions to 3rd place as we come around to complete the second lap of the race. And Michael Hall already 2.2 seconds ahead, so really running away with it here in the early going. What he needs to do to help clinch the title. Of course, Pete Harrod not here today, two-time Club Series champion. I've seen him do the occasional BSR race as well in the past, but yeah, Pete Harrod not here. And considering he's the closest challenger to Michael Hall, seriously going to help Michael Hall's championship aspirations with just this and 3 other races to go to decide the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. Fastest lap of the race by Michael Hall, 1:23.521. No one else in the Kia field has been able to lap anywhere near the 1:23s. Mark Whithouse the next quickest with a 24.1. That is the state of play here. Wait to see if Lewis Bibby, now in clear air, can set any quicker lap times. Bibby is 0.9 of a second away from Mark Woodhouse and should be able to start picking up the toe. After all, Mark Woodhouse is Lewis Bibby's teammate. So maybe a bit of inter-team play there to help Lewis Bibby try and get as high as he can.
Caught up a lot, didn't he, there through that fast right-hander, so he's yeah, definitely on it. We'll see what he does as this time by, because he's going to need Hall's going to need some competition out there right now, because he's just running away from it. But I think we need to actually switch our attention back to the Jetters, because right now it's extremely close to the lead.
Wheel to wheel into the right-hander. That is Miguel Freitas trying to go around the outside of Clive Lawrence here. Cheese and Wine versus Team Mad. Around the outside goes Lawrence. Up the inside he goes again into the right hand of the final corner on the circuit, and Miguel Freitas slots into that second position. But now here comes Alexis Molina. Good run in that purple and white Power Slide Motorsport car as they go into turn 1 to start lap 4. But Freitas just holds on to his second position. Clive Lawrence had a healthy advantage the last time we checked in with the Jetters, but now that has been completely eradicated. And yeah, now Miguel Freitas definitely looking eager to try and get by the Cheese and Wine car here on lap 4.
Yeah, good close field actually in the Jetters, so great racing at the front. But the pack not too far behind. These guys start to squabble for any more than a lap, and the rest of the pack, so Dennis Melcher, Tim Mawson, Steve Hooper, Conrad Venter, they're going to be right back on them as well.
Go through the long left-hander, see if any of these guys can get a move done. We saw Lewis Bibby and the Kias do a move through this section of the circuit, but for now the Jetters staying in the position. Off goes Lawrence, and that will allow up the inside Freitas to take the lead, and he's trying everything he can, Lawrence, to try and maintain some sort of position, but in the end he's going to lose 3 positions and drop down to 4th.
And look at that already, that pack that I was talking about, just absolute line astern now as well. So Dennis Melcher getting a run on Lawrence as well, so it looks like that mistake still costing Clive somewhat out there. And yeah, it's very easy to do at that hairpin corner, probably the toughest corner on the circuit.
Definitely the slowest point of the circuit, a very quick circuit indeed. It's Molina to the outside of Miguel Freitas here. Long right-hander, get a lot of grip out there as well. Forces Freitas a little bit wide, almost allows Ryan Walker an invitation to get up into second place in the Jetters. And he might actually take it as we go out the final corner. Car 97, the Cheese and Wine entry of Ryan Walker up the inside of car 021 of Miguel Freitas. Oh, it gives Freitas a shove on his way through as well, and Freitas has to get on the brakes and then goes off as well through the grass, through the grass, and comes back on again, just in front of his teammate number 88, Dennis Melcher there.
Yeah, great racing here. Oh, still making little mistakes. I think that was Lawrence back up the inside of him as well. So trying to work his way back towards the front if he can. And he's now side by side with that Dennis Melcher there as well. So there's a lot going on. And in the Kias as well, Bibby's back up into second place. And actually did do a 23.7 the last time by. So closing a 1/10 of a second. But I think the gap difference between the two now at 3.4 seconds.
Let a car off. That's car 21. In fact, it's gone horribly. Oh, dear me. No. That is Miguel Freitas from the lead in the Jetters to a lap later, crashing the car into the wall on the exit of the tight hairpin, Alex. And in fact, it was his teammate that sent him off into it, actually.
They'll have words later on, I'm sure.
He put the
final be a fly on the wall there, yeah.
Could say he could be mad.
Well, this is it, yeah. Just went a little wide, didn't he? Did he get a tap?
That'll work out, actually.
I mean, obviously his teammate finished him off, but I think he just went wide on his own accord, so yeah.
I'm going to find Freitas on my screen. Yeah, let's just having a look. Yeah, it looks like I've just understeered off. Clive Lawrence into the pits. Clive Lawrence, another former leader of the Jetters, into the pits he goes. What has happened to the Cheese and Wine car here, Alex? Could he have possibly underfueled, or maybe not served a slowdown penalty? Very difficult to pick up a slowdown penalty around here, I should say. So yeah, I wonder what might have happened there.
Yeah, not sure on that one. To wait and see.
Now
either of these teammates can let us know in the chat or anything like that as well. Still very, very close at the front though. Ryan Walker now having a little look on Molina, trying to go around the outside of the sweep-in left-hander. Not always easy to do before the hairpin. Do get it done. You can't definitely have the high ground because you have the inside line. And also Mark Woodhouse, Dale Green and Lewis Bibby very, very close still in the Kias as well, so let's not forget the Kias. It's unusual, we normally just focused on the Kias with crazy battles going on here on all the different series that we cover, but yeah, tonight the Jetters are getting the bulk of the fun.
I should mention that we of course we did used to have a mandatory pit stop, but that was in race 2. And we don't do it anymore, I think, because there's a pit stop bug that is still present in iRacing. So we won't be seeing mandatory pit stops in race 2 this time around. And yeah, definitely not a mandatory pit stop for Clive Lawrence or Miguel Freitas. Fast repairs, so all they needed to do was stop in the pit box, they get a new car and they get on their way. What will help them is, in fact, what won't help them is that the race 2 grid is the championship order reversed. So Lawrence and Freitas, they may be finishing outside the top 10 in this one. They'll be starting outside the top 10 again in race 2. But yeah, Woodhouse and Bibby still working together here. They've finally got themselves into the 23s. Problem, Alex?
Walker up the inside for the lead. He went right round the outside of the extremely tricky left-hander, turn number 2.
Oh
no, he's been sent and around he goes. 360, make that a 720. And he's continued, but that car took a bit of a whack there. And, that was unfortunate.
Molina was definitely putting the quarter panel there. And, rearwards impacts for Ryan Walker. He gets going. These Jetters looks pretty strong, I think. Ryan Walker doesn't look like he's suffered too much handling issues, but Molina still in it. And now he's right on the back of the cheese and wine car for number 46, Tim Mawson. A few laps ago, he was the last of the cheese and wine. Cheese and wine cars.
And you've got Venter there as well now, so
goodness me.
Molina better watch out, I think, here. They're clearly gunning for him as he tries to go around the outside. Mawson having none of that and just says, you get out there nice and wide. And Venter now having a little look as well.
He's promised dive bombs, Conrad, after Alex agreed to be part of this race meeting. But where on earth is Tim Mawson going? That's just allowed Alexis Molina another opportunity here. We've seen what happened to one cheese and wine car. What could be happening to these two here as we go around the right-hander again, turn 1 to start lap 8 of the race. Just under 4 minutes to go here. Alexis Molina trying to get up the inside of Tim Mawson. And he's in he was in a cheese and wine sandwich, not anymore. And it looks like Tim Mawson may even get passed by Conrad Venter. And who's this coming up in the mix as well? That's Steve Hooper.
Yeah, everybody having their opportunities at the front. And this little battle actually side by side with Mawson and Venter has allowed Molina just to break away a little bit. It's only 0.6 of a second, so I feel like the guys will catch him back up down the straight. Draft seems to be quite large because I think that was really what helped them close up on Clive earlier on after his absolutely phenomenal start.
Well, everyone's been having a nibble of the cheese and wine cars today in this opening race. But yeah, Steve Hooper, who's in the same outfit as Bibby and Woodhouse, having a good showing here at 4 positions. Conrad Venter up 6 positions. A few laps ago, he'd only gained the 1. But yeah, those late race incidents have definitely allowed him to close up the order, and this could become 7 as he closes in on Tim Mawson. Over the top of the hill, there you go, and into the right-hander. You can see, as Alex was saying, that they've closed the gap in a bit on Alexis Molina. So we get set to start the next lap. Very quick laps around this circuit, I should say. Just under 90 seconds in the Kias, and just over 90 seconds in the Jetters.
And I think the Jetters will get to these front runners by the time this race is over as well. So we're going to have a little bit of traffic to deal with. So that could mix it up quite a bit.
Yeah, the Kia Optimas are whereabouts are they on the circuit? Michael Hall, our leader, is just going through the final corner now, and Molina has just gone through turn 1. So Alex is right, yeah, that we should get 2 more laps in. Michael Hall's just crossed the line. Will be 3 more laps, I think, for these Jetters, unless they get laps. And yeah, Molina, last time around, 32.4, 33 dead for Mawson, the same for Venter. But it looks like a good opening sector to this next lap, and you can see Molina's lead down to about 0.3 of a second now.
Looking in with Hall, he hasn't had an awful lot of airtime for somebody who's been winning the race. But yeah, as he starts to make his way through some of the traffic, got a little bit of a rest until he catches up the next pack.
Hall really bossing it here in the early going. The Team Mad car with the purple rear, purple boots and the mirrors and the front bumper as well, doing well there. And now here come the Jetters onto the back straight. Molina, which will help him, is that he's got David Ayres, a lapped back, or about to be lapped back marker here, and that should get him a little bit of extra kilometres an hour that he wouldn't have got otherwise.
Yep, I think you're right there. Used that quite well. Obviously, he doesn't need to get held up now, which you could say almost he is. He has to dive up the inside. Mawson filters him through. So does Venter. So top 3 very, very close once again. They've got a little break with what could possibly be the final lap of the race.
Over the line they go to start lap 10. If the Kias lap them, then this will be the final lap. Look at the amount of curve that Tim Mawson takes there on the inside. That will surely push the car out a little bit wide, but he's trying to get any advantage he can. You can see just in the background of the shot, the Kia Optima looms into view. Michael Hall getting ever closer here, and think they might just have it in hand, Alex.
Might be alright, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. There might just be alright. There's enough traffic, I think, in the way that it's going to slow Hall up enough that they should be okay. So they might get one more lap here, but certainly the white flag is going to come out for Hall in the next 25 seconds.
Well, he's got to Steve Hooper.
See him in the shot now. It's how much quicker is this Kia on the straight? Will he get that done? So there he is. He has to be a bit patient through the hairpin. So I think these guys will want that extra lap. I'm not sure they're going to get it. It's going to be very close. Here he comes.
Here comes Michael Hall, and I think it's inevitable. He might even get it done by the end of the straight. Indeed he does. So this will be the last lap for the Jetters. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens now. Michael Hall won last week at Road America. What's going on in the background is second place man Lewis Bibby laps the VW Jetters. He won race 1 at Road America. Pete Howard won race 2, but he's not here today. And Michael Hall's going to win race 1 here as long as he just gets through the final corner now. And it looks like Alexis Molina is going to take the victory in the Jetters as well. Race victory in race 1 in the Club 73 Touring Car Championship at Mosport goes to Michael Hall, second to Lewis Bibby, third to Mark Woodhouse. Alexis Molina takes the victory in the Jetters, Tim Mawson second, and Conrad Venter rounds out the podium.
Yep, good race. Enjoyed that one thoroughly. There's still a couple of other little battles going on out there right now. This is Chris White and Dan Gunfield at the moment. They're very close as they come across the start-finish line, but it is Chris who takes it in the end.
That's a 10th position in class for Chris White. Just now waiting on Miguel Freitas, who was leading this race briefly until he went wide and his teammate put the final nail in the coffin there. He got a new car and will finish in 12th position. In terms of the championship for Freitas, he was 8th in the championship going into this race meeting. He was only 100 points behind Lawrence, the Jetta leader. Shows you how close the Jetta championship is. But that 18th position overall, that 12th position in class, won't be doing his championship much good. He'll be hoping for better things in race 2, where he'll be a lot more closer to the field. We're running through the finishing order then from the opening race here in the Club 73 Touring Car Championship at Mosport. Michael Hall takes the victory then. Lewis Bibby only 1.7 seconds behind in the end, and set a 24.4 on that last lap as well, which was 1.2 seconds quicker than Hall. Mark Woodhouse in third, Dale Green in fourth, the Canadian dropping 2 positions after the start. Fifth for Scott Malcolm, sixth for Neil Rocks. Those are the 6 Kia Optimas, and then Molina taking the victory in the Jettas. Tim Mawson second and Conrad Venter in first. Probably the 2 cheese and wine drivers that didn't expect to find themselves on the podium at the end of the opening race. Dennis Melchert in fourth, fifth for Steve Hooper, Sean Gardner in sixth, Ryan Walker in seventh after that quarter panel move by Molina earlier. Adam Hedgecock in 8th, Clive Lawrence in 9th, the championship leader, having to pit. I don't know what happened there. We hopefully might get some word from Cheese and Wine about that. But yeah, stop for Clive Lawrence during the race. Chris White in 10th, 11th Dan Gunfield, Miguel Freitas in 12th, AD King in 13th, 14th David Ayres, and Brian Levitt, the Californian, didn't take the start. Unfortunately for Alex, we don't have a reverse grid here for this one.
I want to spin me wheel.
So yeah, well, that pretty much rounds up the opening race of the day. The drivers can cool themselves down, I think, and we'll cool ourselves down a bit as well here on Apex Racing TV. Join us after the break. We're going to be getting set for the third to last race of the season in the penultimate race meeting of the Club 73 Touring Car Championship.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it at a 4. Who's gonna be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back to Apex Racing TV. It's proving to be a scorcher on the track here at Mosport and a scorcher here in the UK. Hope you're enjoying your weekend, and yeah, welcome back to race 2 of the penultimate race meeting of the season here in the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. Adam Bath here with Alex Simpson once again. Alex, track temperature 34 degrees. I think it feels like that here. So yeah, the weather is warmed up a bit for race 2, and with a 30-minute race, the Kia Optimas, we don't often say this, may have to worry about their tyres a little bit towards the later stages.
Yeah, I think so. So we'll see how that plays out. I don't think anybody will necessarily deliberately want to come in to replace those, but you never know. So the drop-off is, you can see the drop-off in the normal sprint races, can't you? So it could well be an issue at the end.
Now, we found out during the break that Pete Harrod, the reason why he's not here with us this weekend is because he's off at Le Mans, and I think he picks a pretty good year to go. The amount of excitement that that race showed over the last 2 days, I won't spoil it for any of you. There's still a chance to download it off the internet or watch it highlights on the TV. I'll show you. It was a brilliant race, and yeah, Pete Harrod enjoying himself there. Not sure he's going to be enjoying his championship disadvantage that he's going to have, or deficit I should say, going into the final race meeting of the season, which is at, I believe it is at Donington Park. I think that's usually a usual track we end the season with in Club 73 Championships. I'll just clarify that for you now. The season ends at a Brands Hatch GP on the 18th of next week. So yeah, next week that is where the championship will be decided.
Big fail, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
You thought you knew, and you got it right. I had no clue whatsoever. So.
Yeah, that shows how things have changed since I was doing the Club 73 Championship almost a year ago now. Yeah, Brands Hatch GP at the end of the season. This is when we need Andrew Woodhouse with us. I don't know where he is today, but yeah, we're filling in, doing the best we can here on Apex Racing TV. Well, the warm-up session's just coming to an end. The reverse grid, as far as my rules sheet tells me, is the championship order reversed. So that should throw up a few surprises. And Alex, it's something we always love to see, the fast guys working their way through the field.
Yep, makes for some great racing. Not that we didn't see it last time with all the qualifying, people, the fastest guys out front. The pack was so close that actually the racing just looked like it was a reverse grid race. So yeah, I can't imagine what this one's going to look like. Definitely,
yeah. Well, we're looking forward to it. Of course, some of the drivers that were at the top of the championship had pretty poor races. In particular, Clive Lawrence in the Jetta. There you go. Get my brain into gear. And Miguel Freitas. Both of them had to make pit stops to get new cars. I don't know why, but yeah, they both finished just inside the top 10. And they're going to be starting towards the rear end of the top 10 for the second race. And speaking of the grid, we are within a few seconds now being able to tell you what it looks like here for the third to last race of the season here, the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. A half-an-hour race coming up. Right then, on the pole position, it is Tristan Bodice, second Neil Rocks, third John Roberts, fourth Scott Malcolm, fifth Dale Green, sixth Mark Woodhouse, seventh Lewis Bibby, eighth Michael Hall. Something tells me that is the race result reversed, possibly. John Broadmeadow starts on pole in the Mazdas. Oh, the Mazdas, the Jettas. Dear me, I'm losing it. David Ayres second, third AD King, fourth Sean Gardner. It's the Ritmatech, Alex, I'll tell you that. Fifth it's Alexis Molina, sixth Chris White, seventh Steve Hooper, eighth Miguel Freitas, ninth Dan Gunfield, and 10th Adam Hedgecock, 11th Tim Mawson, 12th Ryan Walker, 13th Dennis Melcher, 14th Conrad Venter, and 15th is Clive Lawrence. So I can clarify that is definitely the championship order reversed, because Clive Lawrence is atop the championship with Conrad Venter in second. So we will make sure we pay a bit more attention to the lights this time. Well, I didn't see them coming. We are getting ready for the second race of the day. Drivers now looking to the lighting gantry. We're getting ready to go. Green, green, green. Reasonably long hold, and away we go. Good start from Bodis. It's not a good start for Neil Rocks. He's already been passed by John Roberts as we go into the first corner, and May ends up losing another position. Here comes the Automet car of Malcolm. Rocks is actually off as we go through the first corner, so that is definitely him down to 4th position. He lost two spots in race 1. He's already lost 2 spots here and he's off. Car off. That is Tristan Bodis, our leader. Tristan Bodis, he started on the pole. It was all going so well, and rather embarrassingly, Alex, after 2 corners, he's off.
Yeah, it's easy to do there. I have to say I've done that myself. Not sure in a race, but yeah, certainly just you come cruising through there and the car just doesn't turn. You're like, oh my god, and yeah, it just drifts on wide. You have to do your absolute best to stay out of the wall more than anything. So he did a good job there at least. So he's still in this race.
Yeah, he was almost a toboggan there, and he might not have he thankfully didn't end up in the wall. What's happened in the Jetters in the early going? Oh, car off. It's White, Chris White. Well, that white has been definitely marked on the front of that Club 17
damage as
car.
well. Yeah, huge damage. Could be his race already done.
3 wide, and it's Molina, and it's 88. That is Dennis Melchert, and it's also Adam Hedgecock as well as we go down the back straight. It's Gunfield actually, car 37 on the inside, Molina in the middle, car 88. That's Melchert on the outside. Who's going to have the position around the outside here? Melchert still giving it his all. And Molina respectfully gives him the space on the inside, and up the inside goes Dennis Melchert through into, that is 8th position in class. 5 positions gained for him already. Over the timing line to complete the opening lap then, John Roberts is an 0.8 of a second lead over Scott Malcolm. Bibby up to 3rd place already. He's really doing a good job around this circuit here, Lewis Bibby. 1.2 seconds behind Roberts at the line. Michael Hall in 4th. Woodhouse 5th, Dale Green 6th, Rock 7th, and Tristan Bodis rounding out the Kias. Problem for Adi King. I think he's done exactly what Tristan Bodis did on the opening lap. He was 3rd in class, however he now finds himself 7th, maybe even 8th, as Dennis Melchert goes around the outside of him.
I think he's going to hold on to that one just. It is going to be a just. He'll have the inside for the hairpin. Now he has to brake, so that's allowed 80 through. Oh, he gets it all wrong.
Oh no, he's going to come back across, but thankfully there is a gap.
Yeah, well, that was lucky we were on board with 80 as he did that, so,
I'm sure you've been clenching there. Nearly had a big one there. Only one car's coming to the pit so far, that is Chris White. But here comes John Broadmeadow then, down the straight. Cheese and wine entry. Loving life at the moment, number 9. He's running away with this one at the moment, and is rather crucially, Alex, broken I think the slipstream, even in the Jetta, 2-second lead.
Yeah, I think you're right. I know John well, and obviously runs with the cheese and wine guys as well. Very, very quick driver, and yeah, obviously put onto the pole position, and he's going to make the best use of it, I think.
Right, there is still 26 minutes to go, of course, a much longer second race here in the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. No disrespect to David Ayres, but he might just be holding back the likes of Miguel Freitas and Alexis Molina here in the early going. Car 666. Here comes Miguel Freitas to the inside into turn 2. Oh, a little bit of a shove there as well, and that's him off. David Ayres down the grass, and he does just enough to stop the Jetta hitting the wall.
Quick look at that on replay as we missed that.
Looks like the Jetta's probably as close to a road car that we have on iRacing. Brakes and the ABS and whatever is on board that car definitely saved David Ayres from a bit of a whack.
Yeah, just got a little nerf, didn't he, which is what sent him out, and then that track just disappears away. You're like, oh, come back, please. But yeah, like you say, managed to avoid hitting the wall. Bibby right on the tail of Scott Malcolm now, trying to work his way into and up and into second place. Got a great run out of the final corner. Is he popping now? Yes, he is. Will he get that move done into turn number 1? Malcolm leaves a little bit of room in the Automet car. And yeah, Bibby's going to have to do it the hard way around this outside. We've seen what happened just a lap ago. If you get it wrong, oh, very patient. Somebody else is dirt tracking down there as well at the moment. Not sure who that is. One of the Jettas.
It's Chris White after rejoining the pits, but yeah, Malcolm round the outside. Up the inside goes Bibby, trying to take that second place, trying to take the race to John Roberts, who's 1.7 seconds ahead. And Bibby through into seconds. Michael Hall looks like he's going to capitalise as well. That is very close to contact, but it looks like the Team Mad car has just got it done.
Yeah, it has indeed. So good move from from him.
Oh, Malcolm all over the curbs there. That's going to really ruin his exit. This is going to allow Mark Woodhouse the opportunity. Malcolm trying to defend, but it's too late. And up the inside goes Mark Woodhouse. An opportunity to get
going
inside
on
the top
everywhere
four.
as well. Just quickly, there's one between Sean Gardner and Clive Lawrence as well. We saw that flash on the screen for a second, but while we stay with this Woodhouse and Malcolm battle, Scott not having a great lap this one. He's dropping back. He needs to get into line as he tries to fight back. He's going to go around the outside. If he could have just hold it there, he'd have had the inside for the final corner, but can't quite manage to do it. It's a little bit tight, and he's going to have a bit of a shocking exit as well. That's surely going to give Green the opportunity, as he has a quick look into turn one as well, but finally Malcolm closes the door.
Got Malcolm drops from second to fifth in the space of a lap there for the Automech car. I can see some Jetters already getting lapped. That's Steve Hooper, who is 13th in class, already getting lapped by the Jetters here. Battle between Clive Lawrence and Sean Gardner. Alex was just talking about that actually, as they go towards the end of the back straight. Adam Hedgecock also there, so two Power Slide Motorsport cars represented here. And yeah, they are currently in 7th and 8th, those two. Clive Lawrence just in front of them in the cheese and wine entry in 6th.
Yeah, Clive holds on to that one as well. 3.2 seconds back from the car in front of him, which is Dennis Melcher in 5th. So he's got a tall order to catch those guys. We need them battling. And talking about Melcher, he's having a quick look on Tim Mawson, flies up the inside in that tricky left-hander. Will he get the job done? Mawson tries to hold it around the outside. In the end, he can't, settles in behind. And yeah, we'll see fight back a little bit later on. Those guys have got about a second to the next car, which is Miguel and Molina.
Who's closing in on Broadmeadow, isn't he?
Yeah,
All change for the
quite.
lead. Sorry, Alex.
No, it's okay.
Roberts has gone off.
Yeah, Roberts with a mistake. Let's take a quick look at that one back, because where did he go off? What happened there? Just an odd place to be off on the inside there. Oh, he just runs extremely wide. Far too much speed in there. Thank you very much. There's Lewis Bibby and Michael Hall.
Yeah, he would have taken a slowdown for that as well, Roberts. But fortunately for him, it doesn't look like a particularly big one. He's just resumed in 3rd position now. I was just about to say that, yeah, John Broadmeadow is getting caught by Alexis Molina. Molina is almost actually right with him now as we go into the corner where John Roberts went off just a few seconds ago. Broadmeadow 33.6 on that last lap, almost a second slower than Molina's lap time, 32.7 for the Iberian. Molina now trying to set him up through the final corner. He's got to be wary of Miguel Freitas, the other Iberian in the field. And the three of these guys now crossing the line to start lap 6 of the race, only 8 minutes in. And yeah, the top 3 in both classes, all separated by just over a second.
Oh, as that was Freitas going very, very
That's
wide.
Mawson, isn't it? Yeah.
He's got the run there. He's poked his nose up the inside. This is great racing. Look at that. Molina won't want to give that up, but I think he's going to have absolutely no choice. Oh no, he doesn't. He throws it back up the inside. Still, they're battling. This is what Broadmeadow wanted. Going at it again behind him. That's going to give him a chance just to break away, because he was looking like he was under quite a bit of pressure.
Perhaps gone up to 3/4 of a second now, as up the inside goes Freitas. He's going to try and turn it in. This is where he went off earlier. Doesn't want to do it again. Up the inside goes Molina, back into 2nd place. What a great battle it is between these two. Almost makes you want to jump in a Jetta, Alex. Have you ever had much experience in the car?
Yeah, I've had a couple of runs in the Jetta. I wouldn't say much experience, certainly a couple of runs. I just know, obviously, the Apex guys just do the odd race in there back in the day, and I remember wanting them they wanted to do like a bit of a higher strength of field or something, so we jumped in some cars, and one of them was a Jetta race, so yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure Mr. Venter, who's currently lying in 9th, is more of a connoisseur of the Jetta than I am. As wide goes Molina. In fact, he's into the pits. Maybe a penalty that didn't get served. I don't know.
I think there's probably going to be a pit stop. You said about that pit stop thing, and I thought I read in the release notes that they'd actually fixed that bug. So
okay.
Maybe it's back on the cards again.
Well, in that case, then we've got a lot more excitement, as well as the on-track action. Alexis Molina into the pits. We'll see what happens. David Ayres has also been in. 34.7 seconds stop for him. I presume the fuel flow rate, Alex, in these Jettas is probably the same as the Kias, probably a jerry can or something, or probably just a normal petrol pump or something.
Oh, I would think so. I don't think it's going to be particularly quick, so it's going to be a long stop. Molina is away, 22.2 seconds, so that's not too bad, actually.
Bad at all. Probably quicker than filling it yourself at the pay-at pump at your local Shell or other fuel garage. The others are available. Check back in the Kias. Lewis Bibby leads Michael Hall then by 0.6 of a second. These two were the class of the field in the opening race, except it was the other way around. Bibby behind Michael Hall, but on that last lap, Hall was a 10th of a second slower. However, the gap looks like it's coming down a little bit. Dale Green and Malcolm having a little bit of a duel here. They're wheel to wheel, going through the long sweeping left-hander. Dale Green trying to pinch Malcolm a bit. It looks like the Canadian is going to get the move done in the slowest part of the circuit.
Yeah, good move. And covers off. I didn't get quite the best of exit there, though, did he? So Malcolm could well just draft straight back past here. We go on board with him. Around the outside he goes.
Feel sorry for Malcolm in a way, because he's losing so many positions. He doesn't want to lose this one, and he's going to try and keep his spot inside the top 5 here. But then again, he's up against Dale Green. Canadian probably has been to a few races around this circuit. Canada is a big country though. Up the inside goes Malcolm, no way through, and Dale Green asserts his position. Thought he was going to go for the pit lane there for a brief moment, but yeah, Dale Green comes out the final corner, back up to 5th position where he started, and Malcolm needs to be careful because Neil Rocks isn't too far away as well. Conrad Venter and Adam Hedgecock, and in fact another Cheese and Wine car is in the mix there as well, car 97 Ryan Walker. So got a good battle here in the Jettas as well as they go down the hill. Houseline Motorsport number 13, Adam Hedgecock round the outside. Venter maybe looking up the inside. A lot of rear damage to the back of Conrad Venter's car as well. He's been in the wars today.
I didn't see where he picked that up. Is affecting him as well. Not quite got the same sort of straight line speed. You can see his teammate just a little bit quicker. Just looked like he was going to pull out and drive on by, but in the end just sort of tucks in behind him.
Two Powerslide Motorsport cars in front. That is Adam Hedgecock and Sean Gardner. No cars have made any advancements into the pits in this one. As we go through the left-hander. Sean Gardner staying out, staying for Adam Hedgecock. Into the pits come the 2 Cheese and Wine cars. That's Venter and Ryan Walker. I will tell you in a moment which division of Cheese and Wine those two are. We'll see what pit stop times they do as well as they go to a halt. Conrad Venter is the Cheddar outfit. The same for Ryan Walker, so both of them working well together.
They'll go at the front as well. Dennis Melcher just puts a move on Broadmeadow. Takes the lead. Oh, and Broadmeadow gets hit from behind. I think that might have been his teammate that hit him there and walks him into the wall. Let's take a quick look at that one back because that was ridiculously tight through there as they were all battling. Let's have a look. We're on board with Tim. Does he hit his teammate? Yes, he does. Just a little nudge. Unfortunately, he comes off worse as well, so he'll be kicking himself in that cockpit right now.
Well, Cheese and Wine. Maybe immature Cheese and Wine. Oh, that is bad. But yeah, Tim Mawson.
That was terrible.
And it wasn't even. Yeah, it's not. He wasn't even driving for the Cheddar outfit either. Miguel Freitas has just passed John Broadmeadow, and they're going wheel to wheel down the back straight. Send some more puns in because the ones we've got here are terrible. We need Andrew Woodhouse as we go down the back straight. Miguel Freitas up to 2nd position. Then he's relegated Broadmeadow to 3rd. And Broadmeadow might fancy a shot in the pit lane in a moment as we go through the final corner. Indeed, he is. He's coming in now for a little bit of fuel. Broadmeadow, who is 19th in the Jetta category, driving for the Cheddar division. So we'll be hoping for a good result here. Taking the pit stop now, John Roberts in the Kia has also just come in. Other Jettas that have come in, Adam Hedgecock, Tim Mawson after that off, taking the opportunity to come in now. Sean Gardner as well, all coming in. I will quickly check to see what the rules are in terms of what you need to do in the pit stops. As I've completely lost everything.
Hall and Bibby very close, have to cut through some traffic just to stay on the tail of Bibby there, did Hall, but does it.
say that it is fuel and tyres in this race. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Oh, as that is Mark Woodhouse having a moment of near disaster there. I thought he was going to be going onto the grass. In fact, that is his colleague there, Steve Hooper, that's just lapping in the race, both with sporting the same livery on their Jetta and Kia. And you can see now they're definitely lapping the leaders. That is Dennis Melchert about to get lapped by our race leader Lewis Bibby. You can see how close Michael Hall is as well. Was quicker by a tenth on that last lap. And the gap is down to 2 tenths, maybe even 1 tenth when we get to the straight. You can see Bibby sliding about. Maybe it's time for a pit stop, Lewis. We are over half the race through. We are halfway through the race, sorry. Get my words out right. And they both stay out yet again. Going for the long haul here. The Kias that are yet to stop. These two, Bibby and Hall, Mark Woodhouse and Tristan Bottis, the pole sitter, all yet to stop. Into the pits comes Dennis Melchert in the Jetta. Also into the pits comes Mark Woodhouse in the Kia.
Yeah, let's just looking at the Kia times. 23.4 seconds for John Roberts, 21.4 for Scott Malcolm, Neil Rocks 22, and then you've got Dale Green now 30.7. So God knows what's happened to him. That's put him right at the back of the order now as well. So yeah, shocking stuff.
Could he have taken all 4 tyres instead of 2? I don't know what the rule is. I know it's fuel and tyres, but I don't know precisely what that rule intakes. Dennis Melchert rejoins behind Alexis Molina. That is him into down to 4th. It might have been down to 5th. Here comes car 9. That's John Broadmeadow. Looks like he might have been undercut here. He's also got Mark Woodhouse trying to go around the outside of him, John Broadmeadow. And Woodhouse goes through. Broadmeadow down to what is 5th, what could become 4th. We are still waiting for Miguel Freitas to come in and see where he rejoins. Him and Clive Lawrence really stretching it out here, and they're going wheel to wheel for the lead as well, Alex. Very close.
Yeah, taking a look at that now. As I just think, yeah, these guys obviously. Yeah, well, there we go. I was just about to say, last of the people haven't pit, so they're going to be in any time. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on this actually, because it's going to be a straight race off the grid. They were fairly close, I think. What were they, about 2.5 seconds behind Molina? Molina coming down the back straight now. So let's sort of see what they do. We're looking at around about a 22-second stop for these guys as well.
Cars getting jacked up as well. Michael Hall has also come in. That just leaves Bibby and Bodice to make their pit stops in the Kia. Who is going to emerge first though? Freitas? Oh, not Freitas.
Here comes Alexis as well. He's onto the back of the main straight.
Here he comes.
Oh, they're going. They're crawling. But they're just not going to be quick enough. Molina's going to come with quite a lead, I think, by the time they get going.
Indeed, yeah, definitely. Molina takes the lead. Who's going to get... whereabouts is Broadmeadow or Melchert in all this? Here comes Melchert now through turn 1. He's going to get past the Mad car, I think, his teammate of Freitas. So that's Melchert through into 3rd. Second, though, is Clive Lawrence. And maybe now he can just start to chase after Alexis Molina. With just 11 minutes to go, the gap is 5 seconds, though. That is going to take a big ask.
Yeah, massive gap, really. I was surprised to see it that big. I thought as he was rolling out of the pits, it was probably only going to be something like 3 seconds. But in the end, it might be a unsurmountable gap. I don't know. We've got just under 11.5 minutes to go. Let's see what sort of lap times Lawrence can put in. There's no slouch in this. We saw that at the start of the race. The pack sort of using the draft really to close him back down. Otherwise, might have scampered away.
Bibby versus Hall then. Hall's made his pit stop. Bibby is now coming in. Who is going to come out on top? Whereabouts is Michael Hall then? He's just coming into the penultimate corner. Tristan Bottis has stayed out for another lap. So the pole sitter once again hits the front. Bibby has not completed his pit stop yet. Michael Hall he's just completed it now. Michael Hall comes onto the front straight. Who is going to come out on top here? Bibby hits the pit lane line there. He can now accelerate away. This is going to be mightily close. Who is going to have the lead? It might just be Michael Hall. Bibby moves across.
Straight across.
And just has the lead.
He needed to do that as well. I mean, that's crazy. Bibby's stop was a 23.1, so it was 0.8 of a second slower. Hall throws out the inside. Bibby's going to be able to sweep around. He'll have the better line and the better exit as well. The late apex corner is that one.
Well, Tristan Bottas is only 10 seconds ahead, so I don't think this pit stop is going to get him towards the lead, but it might get him an overcut on some people around him. We'll wait and see. He should come in at the end of this lap. We've got just 10 minutes to go here in the penultimate race meeting of the season in the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. The next race meeting next week is at Brands Hatch GP, where we will decide the title. Michael Hall, you can probably say, has got one hand already on it as he now tries to take the lead away from Bibby, and what will help Michael Hall immensely is a double race victory. They slide their way through the third to last corner here, that long right-hander. New tyres on the car as well, and they're definitely bedding them in here for this very short stint towards the end. Tristan Bottas stays out again. Looks like, Alex, that they haven't limited the fuel in these cars. It's just a mandatory pit stop rule, so I think that does open the strategy up a bit.
Yeah, exactly. So just a little splash, but I'm guessing the tyres, looking at all the stops, they're all very, very close. I'm guessing it's all about the tyres kind of thing. That's how long they take.
Coming up to lap now, the Jetta of Hooper. We can tell you the order at the moment in the Jettas looks like this. Alexis Molina leads the way. Clive Lawrence has closed the gap a little bit. It was 5 seconds, it's now 4. But with 8 minutes to go, I think he's going to have to close him down a bit more than that. Dennis Melcher is in third with his teammate Miguel Freitas hounding the back of the rear end of that mad car. And then John Broadmeadow at the moment on for a 5th position, because he's got a little bit of a healthy gap over Conrad Venter, who again has had a pretty good second race, up 8 positions after starting second last. Is currently 6th in class with 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, the two mad drivers trying to help each other out, really push each other around the circuit a little bit. See if they can close up to Lawrence. They're only 1.4 seconds behind him, so not far from the draft. They get that. Might well do that. Clive constantly taking time out of our race leader as well. So down to 3.8 seconds.
Maybe even 3 now. Between Molina and Lawrence. Yeah, he's really taking the time out. Good battle between another Powerslide Motorsport and Cheese and Wine car. That is Tim Mawson and Adam Hedgecock. Hedgecock darting to the outside there as they go down the back straight. 46 versus 13. This is a pass over 8 for 9.
Mawson obviously recovering after the accident he had where he hit John from behind.
Well, I've got a fresh car as a result of that pit stop, so car will be good as new. Molina running a bit wide, not Molina, that's Hedgecock running a bit wide there, and allows Mawson to close back in. You can see how much they're sliding about, even with the new tyres here, and Mawson looks like he's already picked up a bit of right front damage, Alex, even after that pit stop.
Yeah, possibly. I didn't see where that came from, maybe a bit of rubbing somewhere, but
yeah. No insurance forms needed for this at all. But yes, just under 7 minutes to go. And just behind those guys, you can see Dan Gunfield. He is not involved in this battle. He is already a lap behind, so they shouldn't need to worry. Molina and Lawrence, the gap has stagnated a little bit now. It's just about 3.5 seconds. Having saying that, the gap is all of a sudden flying down on my timing.
It was
screen.
a half a second that he closed in that lap. I just don't think it's going to be enough. If he can get to within that sort of 1.4 seconds, I think there's a possibility he'll pick the draft up and he'll close in even more on that particular lap, but we'll have to wait and see. Right now, it does look like Miguel's going to close in on Lawrence as well. That gap's down to 1 second, so he's definitely using the draft, and his teammate Dennis has been struggling to keep with him this lap.
My relative has been going about a little bit. Sometimes the gap's being shown as 2.6 seconds, sometimes it's being shown as 3.5, and at the moment, as they come across the line, we'll see what the timing says.
For me,
3.3, yes indeed, as they come across the line. These Jettas have been lapped as well by the Kias, we should mention, of course, because it is a half an hour race here. And yeah, lap times last time around, 33.2 for Molina, 32.6 for Lawrence. So another 6 tenths getting taken out there from the lead. But
that sort of time, you think he might well get there. That's the thing, you know.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. We'll wait and see. And of course, they are. Molina has been on his stint now for 9 laps compared to Lawrence, who's only been on it for 4. Maybe the tyres might just have a little bit of a say here in the closing stages, because the tyres do take a punishing around the circuit. Tristan Bottas finally pits. He finally relinquishes the lead after starting on the pole position and going off. He comes down the pit lane.
Went in about 4th place, I think. Yeah, there goes Roberts, just swings through. Oh, he hasn't stopped yet as well, so Malcolm might even get him here. Does indeed. There goes Malcolm.
But Neil Rocks is just going through the final corner as well, so I think Tristan Bottas will be demoted to last.
Neil Rocks is a lap down.
He is.
Oh no,
no, he's through.
No, he's not. Sorry, he's not. Yeah, you're right.
I didn't know.
Yeah, Bottas. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Didn't work at all, did it, for Bottas?
I thought that he might have been able to have gained some time. I don't even know what position he was in when the pit stops began. Maybe he was in last place there. So, Venter and Broadmeadow. Yeah, well, Venter's through, and it looks like that car 97 Ryan Walker might be next as they go through the final corner. Broadmeadow driving for the Cheddar outfit of the Cheese and Wine team. But will he be getting passed by car 97 in the next few stages? An update on the Molina Lawrence gap. It's 3 seconds again as they go through. What corner is that? That is just halfway around the lap.
Actually lost time that lap, did Lawrence as well. So a 32.9 for Molina. So absolutely nailed the lap that time. He needed that lap, I think, to stifle that gap a little bit, slow it down, and I think that might well sort of save him. And of course now Miguel is with him as well. Now obviously if these guys are sensible and work together, and Miguel gets a good draft and just goes straight by Clive, then they can perhaps come back at it and use it again the next lap. So let's see if they work together here.
Well, here comes Freitas down the back straight they go. Mad on the outside. On the inside is the Cheese and Wine car of Clive Lawrence, championship leader as well. Doesn't want to do anything too rash just yet. His championship lead is only a 10.1 over Conrad Venter, and with Venter having a good first race, Lawrence wants to make sure he has a good race too here. A 3rd position would do relatively nicely here, and Freitas through into 2nd. The gap between him and Molina is 3.3 seconds with just under 2 minutes to go.
Don't think we're going to see anything. They're certainly not going to catch up. I think it's just going to be battle now for 2nd place, as Dennis has fallen 1.6 seconds back. So, yeah, you're right. Clive didn't have a very good first race, so with Conrad back up to what we're talking 5th place in this one. I said, let's side by side, and I think that might be. Freitas just holds on there. Actually, I thought for a minute it was going to be just a bit too wide.
A bit of dust getting kicked up there. Yeah, the tyres just had enough grip in them to keep him on the grey stuff. And that's Freitas down to 3rd. His teammate's not too far behind. That is Dennis Melcher in 4th. 9 positions gained for these guys as well. So the reverse grid not hampering these guys too much. Lawrence started last, in fact. So he's really done well here. 13 positions gained, biggest mover in the field as well. Only one retiree from the race, and that is Chris White. And we saw what happened to his Jesser. Weird. I'm surprised he didn't pick up a new car after that, but. He is the one car out of the race in race 2. 3 cars are still pretty close in the Jetters. Are still Conrad Venter, Ryan Walker and John Broadmeadow, all teammates in the Cheese and Wine team. And Ryan Walker picking up a tow here from Conrad Venter. And Ryan Walker, not a teammate to Clive Lawrence, but I wonder if he might try and get a position off Conrad in the closing stages.
Yeah, possibly. I know Clive will want that, so...
Yeah. In fact, is there any Merlot teams anywhere? Broadmeadow's a Cheddar team, Cheddar driver as well. So we have got a free Cheddar outfit here. Get my words out right, and Clive Lawrence might be going, free damn. Even worse, I think.
It's probably the worst one of the night.
I'm trying to get them out, but I can't think of any context to use them in.
I was about to say, I could tell you were fishing for one there. You're like, what can I do? What can I do?
Definitely, yeah.
Time for the jacket.
Forgive me, it is very hot here. Going through the left-hander, up the hill we go. And what have we got? We've got 20 seconds left. Where's Lewis Bibby? He's going to be... This is the final lap of the race then for Lewis Bibby. He's just going into the final few corners now. He's onto the back straight, in fact. And it's been a pretty good evening for him and likewise for Michael Hall. A victory in race 1 for Hall. He's second here in race 2. Runners-up spot in race 1 for Bibby. Looks like he's going to take the win here in race 2. Don't rule out Michael Hall though. The gap is 0.3 of a second, and they are closing in on some of these jetters as well. Who could...
Oh, the worst possible time to catch that.
There goes Broadmeadow. Here they come up the inside of Venter and Walker. Venter gives him the space. That is a bit close for comfort. Michael
Could be
gets
final
through.
lap for these guys as well now.
Indeed, yeah. And into the back of him goes Michael Hall. Michael Hall gets into the back of Venter there, and you can see the damage that this caused to Michael Hall. But Lewis Bibby's going to come through and take victory here in race 2 in the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. He's delighted. And second for Michael Hall, and John Roberts should come through and take third position. That means that Conrad Venter, Ryan Walker and Broadmeadow, they get 5th, 6th and 7th. Alexis Molina is still 2/3 of a lap away from taking his victory in the Jetters. The second place, Alex, doesn't look like it's over just yet. Miguel Freitas might want to take it second place away from Lawrence.
It's all about this battle for second place, and you have to think that Freitas is going to have to put a move in somewhere. He's quite close. He's going to get the run down the straight. It's going to be very difficult for Lawrence to hold this. He needs to absolutely nail this Moss corner hairpin. Oh, he gets a good exit as well, but so does Freitas. 0.3 of a second back, 0.2. That gap is coming down.
See what kind of speed these Jetters can get up to then on the final lap of the race. 160 kilometres an hour we've just cracked. 165, 66, 67, 170 kilometres an hour here. We're about to get to 180 as Miguel Freitas pulls alongside. Can we touch 190 Ks as we go into the right-hander? We can. 191 as we swoop round the outside. Miguel Freitas to try and take the runners-up spot away from Clive Lawrence. How crucial could this be in terms of the championship? Lawrence knows it. He's going to try and go around the outside, which he does. And he can. Up the inside into the final corner. Lawrence should be able to hold on from here, but he runs out wide. Freitas gets on the brakes. Maybe even a slowdown possibly for Freitas there. Don't know. But he crosses the line. Lawrence second. Freitas third.
Good defending from Clive there. Knew that he needed to at least hold it around the outside for the second part of the sort of the S's there, and did a great job. And Alexis as well. Great racing. Got that jump on everybody, good pit stop from him, and he was able just then really just to keep an eye on that gap and just maintain the margin there to Clive. As soon as Clive started to close it down, he just wound it up a little bit and got himself kept that buffer.
Michael Hall, Alex, a very delighted man. He had a healthy lead going into this race meeting, about 60 or 70 points or so on Pete Harrod, who isn't here. A win and a second place and 2 zeros. I don't know what it's like in terms of drop scores for this series. I know back in the days of the club series we had the drop score, but Michael Hall, I think this will definitely make his championship hopes a bit more certain going into.
Well, yeah, it would be fair to say that I think he's won that now, hasn't he? So just needs to show up really for the final race of the season to pick up the trophy, I would think. So yeah, congratulations to him.
And you would be right. I know you get 50 points for a win in the Club 73 Touring Car Championship, and we're just with 100 points left on offer or so. Things are going to be interesting as we go into the final race. Unfortunately, we won't be there. Andrew Whithouse will be back, and we'll be doing a lot better cheese and wine puns if he's doing any than me. We'll run you through the finishing order, which is something we are good at here on Apex Racing TV. Lewis Bibby takes the win, then Michael Hall in second. A win in a second. He's not going to be too happy. He's going to be very happy with that, I should say. Third for John Roberts, fourth for Mark Whithouse, fifth for Scott Malcolm, sixth for Dale Green, seventh for Neil Rocks, Tristan Bodice in eighth after starting on the pole. 0 to 0, you could say. Alexis Molina takes the victory then in the Jetters, second for Clive Lawrence after starting at the back. Crucial, he needed to do that really after Venter's good performance in the opening race. Miguel Freitas in third, Melchert fourth. There is Conrad Venter, 9 positions gained as well for him, so that is not too shabby and keeps him in the hunt going into the final race of the season. Ryan Walker in sixth, John Broadmeadow, the pole sitter, finishes in 7th place in the end. 8th for Adam Hedgecock, 9th Tim Mawson after that crash, and 10th for Sean Gardner. 11th David Ayres, 12th Steve Hooper, 13th David Gunfield, AD King in 14th place, and 15th, 23rd overall is Chris White, who was in the pits for quite some time in that second race. And then I don't know if we get any interviews on the Apex channel. We'll hang around for a few minutes just to see if anyone comes around for a quick word. But yeah, Alex, Brands Hatch GP, I think a good circuit to win the season. A circuit that definitely the British drivers in the championship should know well.
I would think so. And yeah, I think good fit into the championship. Good opportunities to overtake. Not crazy as well, so you're not going to see lots and lots of exchanging positions, so the drivers can defend there as well. So yeah, it should be a good one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see
I
how
was
that.
about to say, I think I'm going to watch that, see how that final race pans out. So.
And yeah, of course, only one race on a Sunday now on Apex Racing TV, and it is the Club 73 Touring Car Championship, but we see that back next season. And of course, Monday night, Rick Mattek Sports Car Series heads to its next race meeting. Join us for that 2 a.m. British summer time. If you're struggling to sleep in the hot weather, we don't blame you for joining us. Tuesday, Formula Renaults. They will be back as well for their next race meeting. And Thursday, as always, BSR Race Night, BSR TC heads to their next race meeting, and that's at the Circuit de la Sarthe in Le Mans. Maybe I might jump in the car for that. Who knows? We saw how Andrew Woodhouse got on last week. It wasn't too bad, I don't think. So see if I can redeem myself after pretty much a horror show at Imola. So yeah, you don't want to miss that. That'll be on Thursday from 7:30 onwards on Apex Racing TV. So I don't think we're going to be getting any interviews here. Alex, I think we can pretty much wrap it up here from the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, and Michael Hall. He'll be having a ball. He's got one hand on the championship going into the final race meeting at Brands Hatch GP. From all of us here at Apex Racing TV, my thanks to Alex for joining me in the commentary box and being on the cameras. Is a goodbye and a good evening from the Club 73 Touring Car Championship.